Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to condense logarithms. So instead of splitting them and expanding them into multiple logarithms, I'm going to take ones that are already multiple logarithms and condense them into a single logarithm. Okay, now the main thing to remember on this one is that you can only do this if all the logs have the same base. You'll notice that all of our examples, A, B, C, D, and E, all have the same base. So notice in A, they're all invisible. The bases are all invisible. So like right there. What you guys learned in 10.3 is that if it's invisible, it's like a little invisible 10. That's called the common logarithm. So those are all the same base. These ones have base 4. Those are the same. Base 2 and base E. So in all of these examples here, notice all of the bases are the same. You can only combine logs into a single log if the log bases are the same. Okay? So now let's start with this part A. So we have logs that are separate, but it's with addition. Well, if I go back and look at my properties, the addition property is used in that product property. So when I have multiple logs split with addition, I can combine them into a single log using multiplication. So this is going to be log. I'm going to leave the log base 10, the invisible log, because the log bases all have to stay the same, and it would be 4 times x times y. Okay. And I'd look at that and see if I can simplify anything, and I cannot on that one. Okay, now let's look at part B. So part B, I have division this time because of the subtraction between the two logs. So log base 4 of 32 divided by 2. So that is going to simplify to log base 4 of 16. Now this one's going to take an extra step this time because 4 squared is 16. So there's a nice, this one evaluates and simplifies nicely. So log base 4 of 4 squared. And so then the answer is 2. Again, one more time, remember that what a log is it is the exponent. What exponent do I put on 4 to get to 16? Well, that exponent is going to be 2. Okay, let's do our quotient property again. This time I'm actually going to run down to D because that one's tricky. So I know I have quotient property again because there's 2 subtraction signs here. So let's start, and we're going to do them in order. So that would be A divided by B divided by C. Right? Now I can't leave a fraction over a fraction. So I'm going to take my bottom fraction and I need to flip it and multiply it. That's how I simplify fractions. But for me to flip something, I need to see its denominator. So let's rewrite it like C over 1. Then I can take that ln of A over B and times it by 1 over C, because when I have a fraction divided by a fraction, I take the bottom fraction, I flip it, and then I multiply the 2 fractions together. So A over BC is how to simplify it. Let's do one more together. How about part C? So on this one, before I can combine my logs, I need to get rid of the 2 coefficients in front. So I'm going to use my power rule. So I'm going to bring the 6 up as an exponent. So that would be ln of x to the 6th, and bring the 5 up as an exponent. So that would be ln of y to the 5th. Then combine them into a single log using multiplication because of the plus sign in between them. Okay. All right, now try C and E and check your answers on the notes key on Canvas. Thank you.